Hello, BCSD third graders. Mrs. Whitman here with another math task explanation. We're on the third week of this third distance learning packet. If you've missed my other videos, you can go back to the BCSD Distance Learning Packet 3 playlist and you can see all the videos for all of the different math pages that I've done so far. Let's get started with the May 18th math task. Anthony gets 36 new toy cars. If the toy cars come in packs of 4, how many packs of toy cars did Anthony get? Alrighty, so, you know what? Packs is kind of like a group. So this is reminding me of our equal sharing strategy for division, because I know that Anthony has a total of 36 new toy cars. Okay, that's the biggest number that we're working with here. And if the toy cars come in packs of 4, groups of 4, then how many packs of toy cars did Anthony get? We'll be able to figure this out with some division using equal sharing. So I'm going to make those 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now that I have my groups in place, I can start counting out until I get to 36, and then I can see how many I have in one group. All right, so let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, with equal sharing versus equal groups, in equal sharing, I put 1 tally mark per group until I've counted up to my number. When you do equal groups, you put all your tally marks in one group first. So just keep that in mind. Okay, we're at 4, so let's keep counting on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Remember, when you get to 5 tally marks in your groups, to do your diagonal line. Okay, we're at 20, so we're going to keep going until we get to 36. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. All right, now if I take a look at all of my groups, it looks like I have 9 in each group, which means that Anthony got 9 packs of toy cars. All right, let's take a look at number 2. The wardrobe is full. If there are 20 shirts in 5 rows, how many shirts are in each row? Okay, again, the word row should remind me of an array. And if you watched my Friday video, this question is very similar to number 1 that we did on May 15th. So what I'm going to do is set up my array, get ready to do 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know what you're thinking. I just made a column because columns go up and down. But if I count like this, I made 5 rows because I'm going to keep filling them in this way, right? I'm going to go side to side with my rows. So I just want to make that clear that even though I have them going up and down, they are going to become rows here in a minute when I fill these in. And I'm going to keep filling in my array until I count to 20, okay? So I've already got 5, so let's keep counting on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so let's see how many columns I ended up with. And that should tell me how many shirts are in each row. All right, I've got 4 shirts in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 shirts in each row. Not too bad of a math task today. I would like to draw your attention to the procedural practice page, as this is actually a little bit harder. It's going to take you a little bit more time than the math task itself. And that's because you've got these missing factors or missing divisors sometimes in division sentences, missing quotients sometimes. So you've got a missing number, right? And you're probably thinking, well, how do I solve for that missing number? I have a video that I posted last week with where I talked about the inverse strategy. When you have missing numbers in multiplication and division equations, it's a good idea to use the inverse to help you solve for the missing number. Okay, take for example, number 1. I know that I have multiplication, right? In number 1, it says something times 5 equals 50. In order to solve for that something, I'm going to take the inverse. Okay, inverse just means opposite. The opposite type of math for multiplication is division. If I do, instead of something times 5 equals 50, and I do the opposite, 50 divided by 5, that's going to tell me what goes in this, that's going to tell me what the missing number is. So I can do whatever division strategy that I know to figure out 50 divided by 5, and if you have it memorized already, then you probably know that the answer is 10. So I can put 10 there in that where that question mark is, and let's just see if that makes sense. 10 times 5 equals 50. Well, if I count by tens 5 times, that does equal 50. So that makes sense. The answer is indeed 10. Now, you may be wondering, okay, well, that's fine for a multiplication problem, but what about if I have a division problem with a missing number? For example, like number 7. Well, we're still going to take the inverse. In number 7, it says 90 divided by something equals 10. The inverse or opposite of division is multiplication, okay? So we're going to have, you always work backwards, 10 times something equals 90. Well, I know from counting by tens, and in fact, I can do it on my fingers right now, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I just counted by 10 9 times to get to 90. So that means that 9 is what goes in that missing spot right there. 90 divided by 9 equals 10. Okay? Let me do one more for you. I'll do number 10 because it looks a little confusing. Remember, if it bothers you to have the answer in front, you can totally rewrite this to help you. You can rewrite it with the answer in the back or on the right-hand side. 14 divided by something equals 2. Okay, so we're going to do the inverse and we're going to write it backwards. The inverse of division is multiplication. So 2 times something equals 14. Well, I can do this also on my fingers. If you're good at counting by 2, we could go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I just counted by 2 7 times. So 2 times 7 equals 14. That means that the 7 is the number that goes in the question mark position. That is again called the inverse strategy. Very useful for when you have a blank in multiplication and division sentences. That is all from Mrs. Whitman for today. I will see you next time with the May 19th video.